Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Emily and I channel through tarot to inspire introspection. If this message resonates or you find it helpful, then it's for you. Let's get into it. As I shuffle, I'll just very quickly share with you a message that has been coming through for me for the last couple of days, and I feel like it's what wants to come through today. So the message I have been getting is about the word holistic. What does it actually mean to have a holistic perspective about something or about life? And then just a few minutes ago, when I was feeling into which tarot deck wanted to come out to play today, for the first time since I started this channel, I was actually called to use my circular edition tarot. And this deck really embodies the energy of holistic perspective very well. And so, you know, as I was shuffling and starting to tune in, I was hearing it's about a circular perspective. You know, that's what it means to have a holistic perspective. It's to have a circular perspective. And that made me think about how pretty much everything in life is happening in not just circles, but in spirals. You know, nothing is really linear. That's just the human perception. Everything is spirals. And so when we can zoom out and see and accept that reality is a spiral, there are patterns here, then we can step into a more holistic perspective about everything. So with that in mind, let's see what cards want to come out today. You guys. We have the World. Well, she's in a circle. Oh, I don't know how YouTube is about nudity or anything, so I'll just do that. I don't know. Sorry, guys. The World. Wow. Coming full circle. It's like everything comes full circle, and as you move through life, it's just a matter of time until you see what happened from a new vantage point. So I'm seeing it like steps, basically. So whatever you're going through right now, at some point in the future, you will see what you're going through now from a slightly higher vantage point. And then in another year, from a higher vantage point, and a higher vantage point, and a higher vantage point. What's actually happening is that you're spiraling up and up and up. Right? So you might feel sometimes like you are repeating the past over and over and over and over again. That can be a beautiful thing if you're repeating something beautiful, but it can also be torture if you feel like you keep repeating trauma or pain, etc. It's never an exact repetition. If it's coming up again, I think the message here is to just know that it's not an exact repetition. You're always being given an opportunity to see that pattern from a new vantage point over and over and over again. Wow. This is really interesting. I'm just going to channel through. You are whole unto yourself. You are spiraling within yourself. What you perceive is an external spiral, is you spiraling within yourself. That is ascension. That is the ascension process. You are spiraling up within yourself through levels of consciousness. There is no good or bad. If you feel stuck in a loop of something bad, it's because you still have something to learn. And it will never go away. It just changes because you change. Wow, this is really cool. All right, let's keep going a little bit. There's also, the message of, I'm sure you've probably heard the quote, if you feel like you're going backwards, or you're stuck or something, what's actually happening is it's just the arrow, of a bow and arrow being pulled back so that when it's released, it'll go that much farther. So sometimes if you feel like you're taking a step backwards, or you're not progressing in the way that you thought you would, maybe the thing to do is shift your perspective and see that it's in fact not holding you back, it's fueling your expansion. If you choose to learn from it. If you don't, then it's gonna suck. But if you choose to learn from it and see the situation from that higher vantage point, more and more objective, more holistic, then that which you perceive as holding you back can actually be fuel to expand you faster than you ever imagined. It's all about your perspective, right? And so I'm relating it to the spiral. If we're always going like this, then if we don't have the right awareness, it can seem like we're never progressing. We just keep repeating old crap. But expansion is always happening. It's always happening. All we really need to do is allow it. Every time we come back to revisit something, can we see it in even just a slightly more open, objective, holistic way? In an empowering way, I mean, what story are you going to tell yourself about what's happening? Are you going to tell yourself a story that's helpful or not? It's totally up to you. You can make anything mean whatever you want it to mean. That's entirely up to you. Meaning is subjective. It only makes sense to make it mean something that's helpful, right? Anyway. I'm also hearing the term, the structure of the spiral. I don't know. I don't know. The Hanged Man. Yeah. Seeing things from a different vantage point. Flipping everything on its head. you're not just repeating the past, point blank. You're revisiting it from a new perspective every time. Every time. And again, all that's really ever changing is you. It's like your ability to see life in a new way is entirely dependent on your ability to relate to yourself in a new way and choose a new perspective. I'm hearing suspend disbelief and allow life to show you what is, not what you think it is. Yeah, isn't that funny? When we revisit something, we're reliving an old pattern because we have the memory of what happened before and what we used to make it mean. Sometimes we just see that because we project that immediately, like, oh, here we go again. Of course this would happen to me, right? You're in that moment, you're just dumping the past onto the present, and you're not really present with what is. If you could just be clear and be with what is as it is now and not projecting the past onto it, I think you just automatically see it from a new perspective, a new vantage point, right? So, So what does it really mean to have a holistic perspective about something? I think it's just to understand that it's all about your perspective. A holistic perspective is the understanding that your life is determined by your perspective and your presence or lack thereof to what is, Let's pull one more. Let's pull one more. At least one more. I'm hearing the best day of your life can follow the worst day of your life if you don't project the past into the present. Justice. I thought it was the Emperor for a second. Well, a holistic perspective, based on what we're finding out here together, a holistic perspective is certainly a balanced perspective. And the Justice card is all about truth. Not hiding from the truth of yourself or the truth of reality as it is. Facing the truth head on. Awakening to the truth. The process of awakening to the truth is this, what we're talking about. It's within yourself, ascending through higher and higher and higher levels of consciousness, which is awareness. Right? So if you just allow life to do its thing, you're constantly going to be seeing the truth of yourself and reality more and more and more objectively, right? And that's when things start to come into balance in your life. Justice. Let's see. Okay, I'm hearing justice comes when you get real with you. When you get real with you about what you're projecting. This is like radical honesty. Radical honesty. What are you projecting? Again, what are you making it mean? Oh, can you stop making it mean anything? And just be with it. One of my favorite quotes, I don't know where it originated from, but one of my favorite quotes is, the meaning of life is to give it meaning. We can have a whole philosophical debate about whether there is inherent objective meaning in any of this or not. But just in my own experience, as it stands here and now today, that is what I believe, that the meaning of life is to give it meaning. Which means there is no meaning until you give it, until you make it. Can you practice not making it mean anything? What's left when you don't make it mean something? You know, I hope that makes sense. What is left? What's left is what is. What is, with no story, no attachment, just reality, awareness. Wow, I feel like I'm gonna stop there. I could keep going and going and going and going because this is so cool. Wow, so, okay, that was a really beautiful, fun message to convey. I hope that it provided some food for thought. Yeah, I'm gonna go just ruminate in this energy for a little while. So if you enjoyed or resonated, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave any questions or comments down below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.